How y'all doing? Maybe this week will be a recounting my trip, but one of the things I love doing is I go to this place, Park West Gallery in Las Vegas. It's a gallery I stumbled upon a few years back, and I go every time that I'm out there. I like to visit and just look at the artwork and stuff. You know, they've got everything from the masters, you know, the classical Picassos and Rembrandts and everything, and then they've got, you know, more of the contemporaries and stuff. They're very well known for Peter Max, who's an artist I really like. And going there actually inspired me to do in my clothing line, Robier Designs. I did a line of shirts based on the artwork that I really loved at that gallery and stuff. So I went there this year, and I was actually wearing one of the shirts with a Peter Max print on there and stuff, and, you know, was talking to a few of the people at the gallery and stuff, and they're asking me about the shirt and stuff and saying you must, you know, be a fan of Peter Max. And I was pretty much just explaining that it's something that I really enjoy. I go out there, you know, and I go to the gallery and I just spend myself an hour or so, you know, just looking at the artwork, taking it in. And they've got a few new artists, you know, which was awesome to see. Ken Ferguson, I think it is, and King Red. They've got their artwork up and everything now, and that was some really cool stuff too. Some really new stuff to see this year and everything. And then I went to a different art museum at a different area and stuff. And then the actual, I don't know if it's pronounced Art Museum or Arte Museum in Las Vegas, but you may see ads on social media and different things like that. And it's kind of an interactive art complex with mirrors and projectors and all kinds of stuff. And that was really a blast too. So, you know, I really enjoy seeing the creativity of people. But one thing is, Thursday night I talked about, you know, an indie wrestling event. I ended up not going. I didn't want to spend the last night cooped up in a building, so I went out and just walked around and people watched and stuff. And I ran into a group of Mexican singers, and they had a whole band. They had like a trombone and trumpet and tuba and drums and everything, and a guy singing. There was two groups and stuff, and one would do a song and stuff and get into it, and then they'd stop, and the next one would do something, blah blah blah. And then the Jesus people on the corner, they had their music. There'd be a pause break, and then, you know, they'd be playing their music. A few kids, you know, songs that I used to kind of play back in my Sunday school teacher days and stuff. So it was kind of cool. But, you know, it was a really cool experience just watching them and listening to them, you know. And they came up to me and talked to me, but the problem is I don't speak English, so I'm like, listen, I don't understand what you're saying. I don't understand what you're singing. I just know it's really cool. I can tell you guys are all talented and stuff, and I'm really enjoying myself watching this. And that was pretty much my posture and stuff. I just hung out there just chilling, watching them, and it was just really a fun thing, you know, just things that I love to do. So anyways, have an awesome Tuesday. You're an awesome, amazing human being, and I love you so much. Peace out and bye.